I think I'm live again. I didn't mean to make two live videos today, but I am testing because, again, I'm trying to be consistent with streaming and being about this channel. So if there's any discrepancies, I'm sorry in advance. But there is one thing as I was getting ready to work on my site, working on a website for a whole different project I'm doing. But basically, this is the halftime continued. People are really going crazy regarding this halftime show by Kendrick Lamar. It's turned it into a whole political debate, hate, I don't know. But I wanted to share this video. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's called the Bulwark. I haven't heard of this guy, but he's basically going through, the reactions of far-right MAGA people. And let me just preface this. I'm not about parties. I don't join parties. I like policies. Primarily monetary policies. So please, if you guys happen to see this, don't get all crazy in the comments. You just be blocked. Whatever party you're on, left, right, middle, green, purple, I'm not a part of any party. Okay, just to preface this. So whether I talk about this or that party, don't think, oh, I'm just caping for one party, because I don't. I cape for what is right in my head and about monetary policies, because I am an investor. But that being said, I wanted to go through this. Hopefully this music is not that loud. I have some background music. Again, this is just testing. So if there's something wrong or if something's too loud or if there's a mistake, please let me know down in the comments. But again, there's this guy here. He is basically discussing the backlash of the MAGA party. So I just wanted to go through this. I'm actually testing out the sharing capabilities and, stuff like that for future videos. But I wanted to just this is gonna be a reaction video. Let me put this on. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Okay. Basically, he's talking about, you're going to see the reaction. So I'm just going to play this and I guess discuss what's really going on out there. This has turned into a whole political war. This is just come on. People just need to chill. I thought they legalized weed. I thought people would be more. Anyways, let me just play this and stop talking.
They just want to take our gun away. There used to be this complaint back in the day from the MAGA, right? I was actually kind of sympathetic to, which was that ESPN and some things from the cultural left were injecting too much politics into sports, and that we should, people should be able to watch the games. Obviously, certain times political moments overtake sports. There are certain appropriate opportunities to weigh in on politics during sports, but it was getting a little overkill. It was too much. And the people like Clay Travis, these kind of right wing, used to be kind of phony, really, but pretend MAGA sports commentators who just talk about this stuff for the clicks. That was their initial take, right? Was that let's dial it back a little bit. Let's let sports be sports. Well, that started to happen, and now we have totally come all the way around the bend to the point where it's the MAGA right that is obsessed with putting politics into everything, injecting politics into sports to such a degree that we can't just sit and enjoy what is happening on the field without having to get lectured about what is woke and what is too woke and what is too DEI and what is blah, blah, blah. And why don't we just, have God-fearing Americans anymore? And this was particularly stark in their response to the Kendrick Lamar performance, which was too DEI for them, too many black people. So I want to read you through some of the worst hits of the MAGA folks' response to Kendrick's halftime show. Actually, before I do that, just want to give you my take. I love Kendrick. I thought the halftime show was like a B. And by the way, there are things in life that are allowed to be Bs. Not everything.
Let me just stop right there. I just want to dial back on something you said. It does seem like the word or the acronym DEI is actually just standing for Black people. Even though DEI means so much more, but DEI basically means Black. Period. This is crazy. I didn't think the halftime Super Bowl, I thought it was more about dissing Drake. This has turned into some did the pandemic destroy people's minds? I guess if the pandemic was truly an experiment, I guess the conclusion is do not keep people in their house for a whole year because they have nothing, nothing to do and they just go crazy. Anyways, let me just play this. I don't know if I'm going to play the whole video, but I think he had an interesting take on this. I haven't watched the whole thing, so hopefully there's nothing too crazy on here. Hopefully I don't get canceled, but let's just play this.
Has to be the baddest ever or the worst. I know that is anathema to our social media culture. I thought it wasn't as good as Rihanna for me, or Beyonce for that matter. It was better than some of the other ones we've seen lately. It was maybe on the Usher level. I thought it was pretty good. Serena, doing the Crip Walk, I really liked. Drake getting owned, I really enjoyed. I hit you like a gun. You better not ever go to sell black bun. There are other things that I like some of the throwback to the original record. It was pretty good for me. That is not an allowed opinion on the MAGA right. Here we go. Some of the worst hits from the folks that want you to know they don't like seeing so many black people on their TV. Here's Clay Travis, the aforementioned Clay Travis. This is the worst Super Bowl halftime performance of all time. Okay. Nike, which has supported men pretending to be women, says women can't win because of sex. I guess this is complaining about a commercial. Then he attacks the Nike stock price. He attacks another commercial. This person can't just enjoy the football game, I guess. So anyway, worst performance of all time by Clay Travis. Eric Doherty, who has kind of been gaining steam on the right. He's a Florida MAGA influencer. Raise your hand if you survived the Black Nationalist Super Bowl halftime show.
Wow. Really? Let's continue.
Not exactly subtle. We had Jack Posobiec, Pizzagate Jack. He called it a DEI halftime show. This is really one of those cases where DEI is just a stand-in for the N-word, I think, or for Black, because you say what you want about the halftime show. Kendrick is not a DEI, appointee. I mean, he is the most acclaimed rapper in the world and has sold millions.
What did I tell you? DEI is... what? I'm just testing. I don't want to get too riled up, but let me just continue. I might skip over some of this because I'm really not trying to stay on here. Like I said, I was going to work on my website and I got distracted. This is my distraction right here. Hopefully you guys can hear me. The mic is kind of far, but let's continue.
Of albums and is widely praised by people across music and demographic and ideological perspectives. So I don't know what the DEI of this would be. It would feel like it'd be DEI if you put in the group that Jack wanted instead, AC/DC. That would be, I guess, Australian DEI because they haven't put out a good song in 30 years. But anyway, that was Pizzagate Jack. Ben Shapiro attacked it. He said he couldn't understand a word he was saying. Ben Shapiro has a long history of saying hip hop isn't music. My buddy Matt Gaetz, the good friend of
hip hop isn't music. Okay.
For the show, Matt Gaetz. Here he goes. The halftime show you just watched is clearly the regime's response to Trump's historic gains with black men. The community note points out that the election hadn't happened when Kendrick was announced. So another massive stretch. Lauren Boebert attacked it. Benny Johnson said, the halftime show should have been the Village People with President Trump doing the Trump dance. Read the room, NFL. He said we should no longer let talentless, mumbling, pagan, satanic cultists do halftime shows and pretend people like it. My podcast guest, Ben Stiller, my buddy Ben Stiller.
What satanic ritual or satanic thing did he do on stage? Can someone tell me? Because I didn't see anything like that. Obviously, they're not listening to the lyrics, and I understand like some people do not understand what he's saying, and I understand people do think it's a lot of mumbling. Um, but even still, if you try to listen hard or just download the lyrics, there's no satanic. Let's go on.
Friend, he thought it was the best halftime show. So I guess some people like it. Some people with actual artistic skills, unlike Danny Johnson, did enjoy it. So we got Bill Mitchell. You might remember Bill Mitchell from the first Trump term. He was a very prominent Trump advocate on social media. That was awful in every possible way. Zero diversity. I love how they play this game. Like, now we need diversity. Now we're for DEI when white people aren't involved. Zero diversity, ugly costumes, profane lyrics, songs 99% of people never heard. Sorry, Bill, it's just you that haven't heard them. Many people have heard Kendrick Lamar songs, just hasn't managed to pierce your bubble. I guess, this was all extremely predictable. It was all extremely predictable that in a black city like New Orleans, they would have a halftime show that honors black culture, that has the black hip-hop artist that is at the top of this game, like has the black male artist is the number one, most acclaimed in the world right now, that would rub the MAGA world the wrong way. But it's interesting the creative way. It's worth looking at. It's interesting to see all the creative.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I have no time for this today. I don't like to argue or try to get my nerves riled up with stupid people. Again, I like monetary policies. I'm an investor. I'm a landlord. I like to be concerned with things that are putting money in my pocket or helping people. Yeah, this was definitely unexpected, but I've been seeing a lot of videos pertaining to how they were saying MAGA to me. Also, it's MAGA and racist, and both of them are just really pissed off about the Super Bowl for I don't understand. I guess this is a DEI Super Bowl. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I was just trying to test this for screen sharing. This didn't go as how I liked. I might need to do a little bit of research on how to play this. Or was it playing? I need to replay this. Anyways, that's it for today. Again, this is just wow. This was 12 minutes. This is it for today. I am done tuning into BS. This is not what I want my channel to be about, but yeah, I thought this was interesting how the world's up in chaos because of halftime show. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Be productive. And if you have any constructive criticism or any suggestions, please put it down in the comments. Be safe out there.